welcome to my channel, the Preppy Project. I am so glad you're here because we are talking about two of my favorite things: school and school supplies, and planners and stationery and stickers, all the amazing things that go along with school. So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you my tips and tricks on how to stay organized, get your assignments done on time, and make all A's in school. So trust me, follow my little tips and you will get through school. Okay, I wish it was that easy. But anyway, I am going to share with you how to just stay on task, not procrastinate, and stay productive. So let's get started. It is these AirPods. I love the AirPods because I love the sound quality, and I also love that they are noise canceling. So I will just pop these in when I'm ready to start studying, and I will turn on my little classical music. So you just have to figure out what background music works best for you. I know some people listen to like pop or things like that, but if it has words in it, for me, I cannot listen to that while I study. I would get way too distracted. So I make my own little playlist and on Spotify, and I will put in my AirPods and get to studying. So number one, AirPods, and I have them in this little blue case from the dollar section of Target. All right, number two that I use, and this is totally essential, it is a planner. So whatever planner you like, choose one that you are going to stick to and that you will regularly use. So my favorite is the Happy Planner. That's the layout that I've been using for years, and I always get the classic vertical layout, which looks like this. And this one is in the pattern Bold Baroque, and I still have the little things on it from Christmas. I gotta pull them off. But it has very cute little dividers in it, like this one, Kindness Matters. And I go in, and I'll usually do this like on Saturday or Sunday night. I will go online to each of my classes and look at the syllabus, and I will go through and use my different pens and stickers to write down what assignments are due that week. Now, I also look ahead to see if there's some bigger project, like if it's a group project or just something that I know is going to take longer than a week to work on. I will also look at that and go ahead and break it down into pieces. So if this was like a group project that is 2 weeks away, this week I would go ahead and say, like, start collaborating with my group, assign parts that each of us is going to do in our group, things like that. So I automatically will break it down into steps. Now, you just kind of have to know how much you can do in one sitting or like in one study session, because I know for me, I have to break it down into multiple days. So I like to give myself enough time to get the task done, so I don't end up doing it all in one day and then I'm totally burnt out and I'm mad and sad and tired. All right, now I like to make my pages look cute and preppy and girly and just cute. So these are the things that I use in my planner. I use the Sharpie S-Note highlighters. They call it a creative marker. It's a highlighter that look like this, and the end is smaller. It just has a little slanted end on it, and they come in all different colors, but I mostly just use the pastel ones. So I love these, and I also use them when I'm taking notes. I also like these, which these are the Dollar Tree version of those more expensive ones. I don't even remember what the more expensive brand is called, but y'all know from the shape of this thing. But this one has a larger slanted end on it. So I'll use this one like if I'm making like big circles around my assignment or whatever in the planner. So I like these as well because they are pastel, and these are from Dollar Tree. So go to your local Dollar Tree and hopefully they still have them. They called them an eco highlighter, I think, because they're made out of recycled plastic, I think. Okay, so we have those. I also use stickers in my planner. So I will use, these are like my favorite, these ones with like the cute little fashion illustrations, and they're just very cute. These were on sale from Hobby Lobby for $5. So I do not pay $20 or whatever for these stickers. I wait till they go on sale. So I have multiple books of these. I have these are also I think from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something when they go on sale. So I just go through, like I'm saying, on Saturday or Sunday, thinking about the week ahead, writing down my assignments. Obviously I write down more than just assignments. I use this planner for everything. So life things, work things, whatever, they all go into this planner. So oh, let me show you what pens I use for note-taking and for writing. These are the Tool pens, and they are in the needlepoint, medium, and 0.7. So the little end looks like this. Can you see it? Yes. And honestly, I just yesterday bought the big pack of them because I love them so much. These are way cheaper just to buy it in the big pack. You get 12 for like, they're kind of expensive, $16 or $17, but I figure these will last me over a year, and they're the only pens I really like. So it's an investment, okay? To make all A's, you gotta make some investments. Now, I have tried multiple methods of note-taking. Like I have tried regular spiral notebooks, I've tried binders, but I have found my all-time favorite way of storing my notes, and I will show you. It is this. It is the 5-star notebook, which has the, watch this, boom, yes, they have the little rings that open up. So the reason I use this, and I literally have been using this for a year now. Yeah, like a year now. This one. And look at how good it still looks. Like it does not look beat up or anything. So, you know, I mean, there's a little scratch, but whatever. But yeah, these are very well made. So the reason I like these is that you can divide it up. So if I'm in like 4 classes or whatever, it has multiple dividers. And now this is very thin because I just cleaned this out and I'm gonna put new paper in it, but it'll hold a lot of paper. Like the rings are pretty large. So I will go ahead and put a bunch of paper into each of these little sections, and I will usually put a sticky note on the front and say what the name of the class is. I like this because I can just have every single class in one notebook. So I just keep this in my backpack instead of like 3 or 4 little spiral bound notebooks. So I also like that when I'm taking notes, sometimes I will want to put them in a different order. Like I wish I could switch around the page, and using this lets you do that because I can write whatever and then I'm like, oh wait, that should have gone in this section. So I can just move it by opening up these little rings and switching it around. And so that's how I keep using it. That's why I love it. I'm like, all you have to do is buy the notebook paper. So it's kind of more eco, you know? Yeah, pretty good. So I got these when they were on sale at the end of the school year, so I just keep on using it, and it is my favorite little convenient way of keeping all my notes together. So there you go. Get you one of these, people. One more little bonus thing that I use to help me stay on task. It is this. I use this little kitchen timer from Dollar Tree to help me stay on task. So what I'll do is I will usually, sometimes I use an index card, sometimes I don't, but if I'm really trying to get something done and I know I'm not going to want to do it, I will use this. So what I will do is I will take my little index card, I will write down the task that needs to be done. So like, let's say I need to read pages 1 through 30. I'm not about to read 30 pages of a massive textbook, so I know I'm gonna have to break it up. So what I'll do is I will write 15 minutes and I'll say pages 1 through 5. So once I've written that down, I'll put a little check mark and I will set my little timer for 15 minutes. So once I've done that, I'll do my little check mark and then I will give myself a little break. So like a 5-minute break or whatever. Usually I try to keep them short because if I give myself a longer break, I will not want to get back to work and I'll get distracted. So I try to keep it short, just to give myself a little brain break, and then I'll go to my next little thing on my card. So I will section out, like I'm saying. So once I read page 1 through 5, I have my other little thing down here where I will say, read page 5 through 10, 15 minutes, and I will keep it going until I finish whatever task it is. So I will use this, like I'm saying, if it's something bigger where I know I'm not going to stay on task and I don't want to do it. It is kind of satisfying to check off your little sections and see you are getting closer to your goal. And I think that's kind of, I don't know, there's some kind of psychology to it, I'm sure, where it is much easier to see your progress, see what you're doing. It's easier to stay on task that way than just keep it in your head and be like, okay, 15 minutes, read this page. So there's my little tip with my timer. And let me show you one last thing. It is a candle. This one smells really good. It is the wooded sage from Target, and I really like more like herbally woodsy smells, so this one is really, really good. But what I do is I try to be intentional when I sit down to do schoolwork because I have a tendency to get distracted. So I have this little system, kind of like our little index card and timer system, where I will sit down, get ready to study, and I will light the candle. So I try to use this almost as like a signal to myself that it is time to focus on studying. So once the candle is lit, all right, our study session has begun and it is time to study. And then once my little study session is over, however long it is, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, I can blow out the candle and study session over. So I like to have a set beginning and end to my study sessions because it can get kind of tiring to feel like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and do this schoolwork, and then you get distracted, then you get nothing done, and then you go get carried away with life stuff, and then you come back and it feels like you wasted hours of your life and you don't have anything to show for it. So this is just all my little tips that I like to use to help me stay on task and to help me get my schoolwork actually done, because we know when our assignment says due by 11:59, we gotta get it in on time. So thank you so much for watching. I am so glad I got to talk to you about my favorite school products with you. And I got to share a few of my little tips and tricks that I have learned throughout my years of school. So hopefully these have helped you. If you have any school tips that you use that work for you, I would love to hear about that, because I am always open to learning how to be a better student. So if you have any of those, leave me a little comment. Make sure to like my video and subscribe. And by the way, do y'all see my hair today? You know what I use? The Conair 2-in-1 styler. Watch my other video if you want to see how I use it to get these little curls. Yes, I've been totally loving it, so watch that video. But other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye!